Amanda LaPlante, and you're listening to Get Real to Heal on KWRH-LP 92.9 FM. And with me today are Hayley Sohn of Basically It Ready-Made Meals and the No Diet Diet Club, and Ellie Wharton, founder of Radio 63119 and KWRH-LP. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. It feels funny being on this other side.
I've been wanting to have you sit across from me for a while
Oh
now.
my gosh. Well, this will be fun.
It should be a lot of fun. So I had a guest this morning who was scheduled. You guys have been so gracious to step in. Thank you so much. I had a guest scheduled, Sinead O'Hare. Would recommend you guys check her out. She is a clinical director of a drug and alcohol rehab facility, and she had an emergency that she was called into this morning, so she was not able to come on the show. But she has a fantastic book called The Eye Within the Soul, and I highly recommend you check her out online. So shout out to Sinead. She's doing good work today. And I'm so glad to have you here because we have a lot of fun projects in the works, right? And I have the pleasure of working with both of you on a regular basis, and I just have so much respect and admiration for all the work that you do. So let's jump in and chat a little bit about some of the projects that you have going on.
Well, I could have used a ready-to-eat meal this morning.
I thought about I should bring some with me, and I
that's right.
totally forgot, so sorry.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting to be on. It's like, but the first thing I looked at this morning was my text, and it said, "Could you be on my show this morning?" And it was like literally springing out of bed, without the feet touching the floor.
I like to wake people up on
You
with
did.
a nice jolt.
Yes.
I want to get you out of bed with a little vim and vigor in the morning.
Yeah. So that ready-to-eat meal could have been really good for me, but I did eat this morning.
All right, good. You got it.
I got it.
What did you have?
Well, I had grits, and I had scrambled eggs with spinach scrambled in it, as well as herbs, my basil herbs.
I'm coming to her house
And
for
then
breakfast
green
tomorrow.
tea,
Yeah.
matcha green tea.
Love my green tea.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like, can't get started without it. And then, of course, my vitamins.
You got it.
Had to have time for my vitamins.
Always
Nice.
make room for the vitamins.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, since we're on breakfast, what did you eat this morning?
Nothing. I brought the coffee.
Oh,
So, you know what? You're doing time-restricted eating in some sort of fast, I'm sure.
That's right.
This is intermittent fasting.
It's probably promoting the growth of Akkermansia in your gut right now,
That's
which
right.
is a fantastic beneficial bacteria that you can only get. It is exacerbated, if I could say that, by fasting. So smart, Hayley. So
Thank you.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. That's exactly what I was thinking this
And
morning.
here I have this big old southern breakfast, with grits and eggs and, and green tea. And I was fasting this morning.
Bio-individuality, friends.
There you go.
Yes.
That's what
Yes,
it is.
exactly.
Bio-individuality.
Yeah.
I love that word.
So there's no diet involved, though. We know that about you, right? From the No Diet Diet Club.
Yes. Yeah. So we're all about just teaching people how to fit healthy eating into their life and not having it be about, I'm going to follow this specific pattern of eating and do exactly what this person tells me. Because in the end, by the end of that, it's almost like you didn't really have any personal growth or understanding of what you're eating and why, just because someone else was telling you what to do. So it's all about helping people understand that for themselves and really see how healthy eating can fit into their life and into their day.
And Hayley, it's so important that you say that, because I know with all of us having such busy schedules, it can be very tempting to just swing right into Sonic, or swing right into the fast food place, when you're running late. But when you've learned how to eat, you resist that, but you figure out, how can I still eat healthy, still be on the run, but be true to my temple.
Yes, exactly. And work around a stressful situation like that where you didn't pack a lunch today and, in the past maybe the drive-thru would have been your first option, but it's okay, what else could I figure out in this situation? And
Right.
That's what it's all about.
But now, there are some healthy choices out there. I mean, I hate to name a name, but I mean, there is Chick-fil-A, which seems to have healthy choices, and now there's that Better Burger thing. I have not tried
aware.
it.
I'm not aware.
It's you don't know about the Better Burger
vegan
thing?
one at Burger King, I think.
Yes, I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't even know where it is.
Wait a minute. Okay, is this the vegan meat option?
I think
Basically,
so.
I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah.
That is some seriously engineered food, and I just stay away
Right.
from engineered food because I don't know. I don't know.
And for
is
me,
in this?
yeah, and I don't even know which place it's at, so
Obviously, you're not getting it.
I'm not, that's right.
Oh man,
I just know it's out there.
It's
you know?
out there.
It's out there. Is a way to put it. That's a way to put it for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right. Well, and you do stay very busy, Ellie. I know you with all that you do here at this station, and you have some amazing programming on this station. But tell us a little bit more about how the station came about and some of the things that you're doing here at KWRH-LP.
Well, really the idea and what I love about it is that my producers who have come on, people, like Amanda, like Dr. Nick, like there's just a myriad of people that come on. The Ingrams come on, Ronnie comes on. I mean, just so many different people. And they're all talking about the same thing basically, and that is how to strengthen the community, how to make the community well and make it whole. And those are the messages that continue to resonate on the station. And that's what I love about the producers, because it just kind of organically became that. And the whole idea is, again, how to impress our listeners to eat healthy, how to look at issues that they may have just kind of pushed off. Because I know with your story is so amazing, and you went for years trying to figure out what to do. How many people that are in your position would have just said, "Forget it. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much to learn. It's too much to do. I can't change my life." But when they see you and they hear you, they get hope. And that's what we're doing here, is trying to provide hope in many, many different ways. Because, your body is your temple. Your mind, your body, everything, that's your temple. And how many stations really kind of focus on you as the body temple, and how that impacts the community, the city, the state, the world.
Yeah. When you take care of yourself, it's like a ripple effect, Like, the better you are, the better you impact all those people around you and your community, and everything changes.
It really does. You have to be the change.
You do
It
have to be
starts
the
with
change.
one.
You do. And, as far as my association with you, it has been so wonderful because I have met so many wonderful people. Again, just like with our Aging Answers show, topics and tips for the 65 plus crowd. Who would have thunk? Okay. And she gets so much great response because she's bringing on people that are telling seniors like me how to live, how to get my finances together, how to be a healthier person, how not to get the blues and all of a sudden, because I'm quote unquote retired, I'm sitting around and I'm no longer useful. Those kind of things.
Retirement. There are cultures in the world that don't even have a word
That's
for
it.
retirement.
That's
Literally
it.
not a word in their vocabulary for retirement.
To me, retirement just means that you stop doing what you did for money, and now you do what you do for love, okay? Because you actually become busier during your retirement.
Wow, so does that mean some of the things that I do now I just do for love? I think I do, actually.
That's a nice mindset shift.
Pretty sure half of my life is spent working for love.
That's right.
No, it's good things. Too funny. But yeah, you've got some great shows on the station. And I love Jason Wells.
Oh, isn't he great? He was another person who came to us as a result of another producer that he had had Jason on the show as his guest. And that was, again, how I dealt with Gina March. Gina came on as a guest to talk about the Mary Culver Home for visually impaired women. Had such a great time. The next thing she knows, she's asking me, how do I do this? And now she's up to 35 shows already. But we have people that are up to 117 shows.
That's
so they've been on with us.
Really?
You know.
They've got more shows than me.
But you're like second. Okay. You and Dr.
Yeah.
Nick are right up there. But what's beautiful about it is that when Amanda came on, Dr. Nick, I have to use those two, came on the air, the question was like, well, how many people are listening? And I was like, what you mean between me and you? And you mean other people?
Do we need more? Who else do you
The
need?
Lord said where two or more are gathered. So now, thank goodness, I know that I have more than two people listening to the station.
We're all in this room.
That's why there's 5 of us.
5 of us now. It's growing.
It has been really cool to see the growth of the station over it's been 2 years roughly.
Yes, it
Almost
has.
2
Yes,
years.
We on December 27th, we're starting to go into our third year.
Okay.
And our first year it was like minus 99 degrees, and me and Sean Green are down in here at like 11:59 on December 29th. Okay, we're gonna start this station in 2017 if it kills us.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah,
Oh, that's too funny.
yeah.
And I remember coming in for my first show with you and Sean and just being such a pile of nerves.
And she's so good.
So nervous. Yeah, it's gotten a lot more comfortable. That one of the great things about this station is the mentorship that you offer people that are wanting to get into this role, and making it an easy transition and making it feel safe is the word, but
and fun.
Yeah.
We want
And
people
fun.
to have fun when they come on.
Yeah.
And that's why we do have people that have been on the air with us for, a long time now, considering that it was a leap of faith for them, to come on when they didn't know who was listening or how many people or what the audience was. But it has gelled so well, and the community has really jumped in. I know, like, I do a show on Fridays from 11 to 1 with Arnold Stricker, a 2-hour live show. And at the end, he always does jokes. So, these are like dad jokes, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best kind.
Yeah, that's right. And some of them, we really laugh, and others were kind of like, okay, but what's fun is when I go out in public and I run into people and they go, let me tell you that joke, and then they repeat the joke that they heard on the air.
Oh my God.
And and this has been like weeks later, and the person still remembers the joke. Okay, so that or they tell me something that they heard on the air. Like one time I had Darlene Mims on, and we do a show on Saturday mornings. It's a health show, and she was on talking about excitotoxins. Okay, so I had never heard this word, excitotoxins. So this is why you eat, you just can't eat one potato chip. You can't eat just one chocolate chip cookie. And the next thing you know, I see this guy out in public, and he goes, I was having fun before I heard your show and realized I couldn't eat any more excitotoxins. So
it is yeah, that happens, and I got recognized recently, actually, and I'm still getting used to that. But it's funny when I get recognized because it's radio, so they
That's
don't necessarily,
right.
unless they've seen me on Facebook
Well,
Live, they don't necessarily. Which, by the way, for anyone that's listening, you can check us out Facebook.com/GetRealToHeal or Instagram at GetRealToHeal for the live broadcasts with some videos so that you can see what we look like. I know you're curious,
right?
Everybody's always curious. What does that person on the radio look like? But anyway, I got recognized by my voice a couple of times recently.
See, that's great.
Which was really kind of fun. And they said, wait, and when I said my name, this woman stood up. She goes, I knew it.
Oh my God.
I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
okay. So,
I will tell you one thing, Amanda. You have really helped me in my health, because you know that I listen to your shows, and then when people tell me things, I do put it into my own personal life. But just this past week, I went up to Curryville and had the microscopic molecular blood read.
good.
That was fascinating.
Good. I'm glad you found value in that. So
I
it's
did.
with Lachelle Meitinger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did find value in that. The value is I found out that I'm really very healthy. But it was interesting to look to see what red blood cells and white blood cells and yeast and sugar and all those things look like in just a drop of blood. It was amazing. There was like all kind of little things in there. It was like, it's hard to believe that there's so much in a drop of blood.
Yeah. It's so it's great because I'm always pulling in different people with different perspectives.
You
and there are
are.
things that you may not have ever heard of or wouldn't have even thought of. And I'll tell you, with my own health journey, I was so entrenched and ingrained in the conventional system for so long, and it has its place. There's a lot of good to be said, right? However, a lot of the things that I was just told not to mess with, not to bother with, it's probably not valid, have been the things that have actually transformed my health. So it's okay to go rogue, follow your gut, and try new things.
Because the gut is where
Pun
like
intended.
gut health,
Pun intended. Yeah, and check out my upcoming gut health course. Got a gut health course that Carly and I are working on. Yeah, just putting that out there.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
and I want to say, another thing that's been great about this station is it's in the show. I know it's gotten traction because we've got some amazing sponsors and underwriters that have reached out. And I want to say Get Real to Heal is proud to be underwritten by AFC Urgent Care, which is located across from the Brentwood City Hall. We all know it's flu season, and that's just right around the corner, right? And no matter how many times you have your kids wash their hands, you know there's still a possibility that they'll catch and spread the flu to your entire household. So as a family care provider, AFC Urgent Care can diagnose and treat all the members of your family. AFC Urgent Care is open 7 days a week, long after traditional physician office hours end. And for more information, you can find it on their website. AFC Urgent Care's website is www.afcurgentcare.com/Brentwood, or you can call them at 314-731-6265 anytime.
And so that's that new urgent care that's up by Walgreens.
Yep.
With West Community.
It is. It is right across from Brentwood City Hall. They're at
That is
Litzinger.
That is a beautiful building.
Yeah, it is. It is, and they're great. They're great people. I've been in for a couple of things myself recently.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
family and had really good experiences, and it's just so helpful. I mean, hey, sometimes you need urgent care.
Yes, you do. You know, I also do a little something with foreign students who come into the country, and so I'm always telling them. I said, now there's 3 types of health care in this country. There's the doctor, there's the hospital, and there's urgent care. And then I tell them, I said, and let me tell you when you use each one of them, okay? And so I teach them, I said, you know, you've got a little bit of cough, maybe you got a flu symptoms, you need to go and I said, you go to urgent care. 3 weeks later, you're coughing up blood, go to the hospital, okay?
Time to go.
Time to go, but
Time to go.
don't make that one your first stop.
Yeah, well, and we had Dr. Tara Flynn from the urgent care on a couple weeks back, and she did a really great job breaking down scenarios when it's like, okay, how do you triage? Like, how do you decide where you need to be going?
That's right.
She did a really good job of breaking that down. So for that and for other episodes of Get Real to Heal, you can jump on soundcloud.com/GetRealToHeal and check those out. So, and you had, there was a health journey that led you here
Yes.
to the station.
Yes, it is. It's an amazing story when people hear it. My husband and I had been living in Central America, and we were in Panama. We had been in Belize first, and then we were in Panama. And we had been working on radio and doing some freelance stuff for people down there. And one day I looked on my husband's knee, and because we were living in warm weather, we were always wearing shorts, and I looked at his knee and I said, oh, look at that bruise on your knee. Did you bang yourself, you know, while you were out, were you in the water playing or something like that? And he goes, oh, I don't know, you know. And I said, okay, well, let's just keep an eye on it. Well, several weeks later, the bruise was still there. It had not gone away. And I said, you know, honey, that bruise has not gone away. Well, you know, being a man's like,
Yeah.
you know, that typical man. So I said to him, let's just kind of go get this checked out. Healthcare down here is really reasonable. So we did. And then they referred him on to someone else. And the next thing you know, we found out that he had stage 4 cancer. And so we immediately packed up everything and we came back here. And then, don't you know, as if I wasn't busy enough with that, I find out that there's an opening through the FCC for low power FM radio stations. I was like, aha. And but then, of course, I'm dealing with cancer. My husband says, no, you go for this. This is going to be your legacy in your community. And so we applied for it, got it. Started raising all the funds, built it, got people in here like Chris, our studio manager, and you know, now we're still running.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know, and the thing is that, you know, it shows you how the Lord puts you where He wants you to be. My husband and I were planning to move to a small island called Palau, which is off of the Guam, Micronesia area, and they had a radio station and needed somebody to come and run their school. And we were like, okay, well, as soon as we get out of our lease here, we're coming there. Well, the Lord said, no, I've got something else for you to do. You need to go home. And that's what we did. And so, you know, you look at what does the Lord lead you to, and how often do we kind of go kicking and screaming into it.
Was he able to see the launch of the station?
No, he was not.
Okay.
He died a year before the station came on the air. But he was right there, so I have his picture so that when everybody comes in, they get a chance to see Keith Wharton, you know, and he's smiling at him with his son, with his sombrero, and you know, during happier times.
That photograph greets me every time I come in the door, and
I know.
it always gives me a smile.
Makes me think of when we had that vacation. We were down in Mexico, and we had just a wonderful, wonderful time. And it was so funny because all of the Mexicans wanted his straw hat. I mean, so today that hat is in my back room, my office in my house, you know, like up on the curtains. So it's the straw hat. That's what he was known for.
So you know, but I love what you said there. The Lord put you where you need to be.
Where I
He
needed to
wants
be.
you
That's right.
it's amazing how if we just open ourselves up to looking at it that way, that perspective, right? And then looking for synchronicities in our life, trying to see the positive, it just changes everything.
And it takes away so much of the stress, It's just like what I was telling you about the breakfast, with the ready to cook meal. Just something as simple as that can take so much stress out of a person's life.
Absolutely. So to talk a little bit about, so you founded basically at Ready Made Meals 2 years ago?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, yeah. So it started out, I got my degree in Nutrition and Exercise Physiology, and I was a nutrition educator in my first job. So I was out there talking to people about eating for health and preventing disease with their diet, and just realized that it's so difficult for us to get a healthy meal on the table nowadays. And all of these people were turning to whatever was most convenient, which usually isn't the best for our health. And I was like, there has to be another option. Like, there's got to be something else for these people that I can recommend, other than me teaching them how to cook. So I just started cooking for people out of my house. Basically, I was already cooking for myself. I just started bulking it and selling it, and it kind of just took off from there. And it's now just this incredible way that I can help someone out in their day. They get a healthy meal that was really, really simple. We deliver it to them. It's ready to eat. And they get to focus on whatever their work is in the world. And I'm so grateful for it. It's so incredible.
Oh, I think that's amazing. And it's clean eating too,
Right.
which is hard to find in this type of service.
Yeah, and
exactly.
what's interesting what you said too, is that we do tend to just kind of shovel our food, and sometimes it's a matter of I fed the family,
Yeah.
right?
They ate.
They ate.
Yeah.
No one went to bed hungry.
Yeah.
But you said the key word that you're feeding them nutritional food, and that they're not going with the latest fad.
Yeah.
Well, the so-and-so diet that such and such a personality endorsed,
Yes.
and you look at that box food, and anything that comes in a box, in a bag, or whatever, you're going to, it has all kind of preservatives and excitotoxins and salts and sugars and preservatives and all kinds of things in it that you don't know what you're eating, really.
You don't know what you're eating.
Exactly.
And so it's nice when you can find a place that you can source from
Yes.
that you can trust.
Yeah.
And so there's just maybe really just 2-3 names that come up that I'm like, okay, those I can trust. I know that I'm going to get a good quality product.
Yeah.
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 So thank you for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it.
And you've also been getting out on, you've been on some other shows here recently. So you're fairly regular guest these days on Show Me St. Louis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on KSD, KSDK rather. And what else do you have in the mix?
We have another show that's so exciting, me and you actually, called Wellness Confidential. That is coming up. We're launching in January.
In January
And-
2020.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So this all stemmed from kind of you and I talking and having a conversation about food and nutrition and healthy eating, and we were like, what if this was a show? What if, like, just us talking behind the scenes, kind of
like a conversation.
Exactly, yeah, and we just put that out there for people to learn from, and kind of be with us behind the curtain.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And I have to say, like, I love getting out and networking in this field because, I get to sit down across from someone like yourself or a doctor or, whoever, and we just have a real heart-to-heart conversation about our, what we think of how we can help people and how we can help ourselves and some of the challenges that we're encountering in practice or in life. And they're just these really authentic, cool, connecting conversations. And I thought, man, so that conversation that you and I had, we were like, wow, this is what we should be filming.
Yes,
We should be putting this out there, that kind of authenticity. So that's what we're going to do.
that's what we're doing.
Well, that's exciting. When is it going to start again?
January of 2020, and people can follow us on Facebook.com, Wellness Confidential, wellness.confidential. Is that
I think
correct?
it's just Wellness
This is just
Confidential.
Wellness Confidential.
Uh-huh.
Wellness Confidential. So look us up. You'll see our smiley faces on there. You'll know it.
Yes.
You'll know.
He'll be able to
it's us.
recognize you by your face
By-
and your
our
voice.
And the voice, yes.
and the voice, right? Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a really great project. I'm very excited about it.
Super excited.
Yeah, we'll meet maybe this weekend over some wine and discuss details for the first show.
This sounds great. This is really panning out to
Fantastic. This is working out well. And you also have your wine about it that you do.
Oh, yeah.
So give a mention to that. That's fun.
Absolutely. So every Thursday night at 5:30 on my Facebook page at Basically at Meals, I do a Wine About It Facebook Live. So I come on with wine. The whole point of the wine is to just kind of loosen it up and make it fun, but we just talk about any nutrition topic that people are going to be benefit from.
And it's great live interaction with you, and can't get enough of that. Hayley Sohn and Ellie Wharton, I want to thank you for being on Get Real to Heal today. This has been Amanda LaPlante. You've been listening to Get Real to Heal on KWRH-LP 92.9 FM. Check me out online at amandalaplante.com and facebook.com/GetRealToHeal. And want to again thank AFC Urgent Care of Brentwood for sponsoring this show. Go make it a great day. Oh man, thank you.
Thanks.
That was
fun.
fun.
Thank you.
That was fun. So,
Now I've got to.
want to
Oh,
again
sorry.
invite people to pop over to Wellness Confidential and like the page, and be sure to be following and liking Radio 63119 on Facebook as well. And yeah, follow Get Real to Heal at Facebook or on Instagram. And I just love you all so much. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Go be well.